March 14th, that is day 5. I don't know. She's gonna edit it and let me know. But I made espresso macarons, snickerdoodle cookies, and cheese bagels. For the macarons, I've been having trouble with the feet. The first batch that I made, I had good feet, but the texture was a little bit off. I'm worried about the texture today, the feet, and the flavor. I had an espresso macaron and I did a cinnamon spice icing in between that. Bottom layer wasn't fully set. I don't know if I left them for too long. I had to run out and get some more boxes to put my taster's treats into. So I was gone for longer than the set time originally told me to. So it told me to let them set for 30 to 60 minutes. I was gone for a little over an hour. So I may have let them sit for too long because when I was trying to scrape them, macarons normally have that very satisfying, like when you put your hand on the front of it and you flip, they all come off very easily, or you can take the bottom off and like peel them from the macarons. But I was having a really hard time. They were stuck to the parchment paper. And so all the insides of the macarons were coming out and leaving me with the clean, shiny shells. The shells were perfect, but the feet were a nightmare. And I tried so hard not to freak out. I tried so hard not to lose my cool. I didn't, but I was very disappointed because it's like, I feel like I'm on the precipice, on the edge of nailing and mastering macarons, but every time, like, there's something. So I really had to research to see what's going on with those. Snickerdoodle cookies, I didn't really have any worries about those. They're cookies, I mean, but they end up a little too crispy. The recipe told me to put them in for 10 minutes, so 5 minutes, rotate, another 5 minutes. Because of the crackliness, because of the sugar that I had to roll them in, I couldn't really tell if they were fully done. So I kept them in for the full 10 minutes. And then as I opened the door, they looked a little bit jiggly. So I was like, hey, let me keep them in for like a minute or two longer. And when they set, they were very crispy. And I don't like crispy cookies. That's not the kind of cookies that I want to have. But I have got feedback so far that people really like crispy cookies. So I'm kind of debating on if I want a chewy snickerdoodle or if I want a crunchy snickerdoodle. I accidentally mixed in the cinnamon and the sugar into the actual batter when I was supposed to save that cinnamon sugar for the rolling. But like I said, it's not a big problem. I just wish I could have stick to the recipe. I'm learning though. I'm learning to trust my gut and not second guess myself, because my instincts were telling me, take the snickerdoodles out. They're gonna be fine. They're still gonna cook when they come out. But I was like, no. I want them to be fully done. So I kept them in, and to my demise. For the bagels, my fears were that they weren't gonna rise and be fluffy bagels. I thought they were gonna be kind of stale and like rough. I made a very, very crucial mistake. I wasn't sure if I was gonna include this, but I am, because it happens to everybody. So when I was buying my flour, I did not buy containers to put my flour in. And so when I looked at my beautiful, beautiful risen dough of the first batch of bagels, they had rice mites in them. I don't know if that's their proper name, but rice mites are what you'd expect. It's when you put rice in your pantry and you leave it and you let it sit and you come back and there's little mites inside of them. And I was, oh my gosh. It was around 3 o'clock. I was like, hey, I'm cutting it close because pickup for my tasters was at 5. So I was like, I'm cutting it close. My bagel just got done proofing, so I'm gonna roll it out, shape it, put it in the water, and get done with it. I'm gonna find out the mites were in there and I couldn't use that flour. So I had to go and get brand new flour, and I sifted through it just to be sure that there were no bugs or anything like that. That really caused me to be late. But luckily for me, my tasters are very, very patient, and they were just happy to be getting food anyway. So I told them, hey, just give me 30 more minutes and your stuff is gonna be ready. But after that, beautiful bagels. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy with how they turned out. I tried to measure them, but I was cutting close on time, so I had to hurry up and get them out. But they were fluffy. They tasted so good. That cheese on it was all the extra hype, and the caramelized cheese was the best. Oh my goodness. I love this. I really, really do love this. I'm so tired. I don't know if you can tell, but I'm running on a couple hours of sleep. But I could really see myself doing this full time, and I really want to one day, someday soon. But yeah, that was day 5. Now I'm gonna go sleep. It's the last day. This smells like syrup. I don't know what it is, but currently 3:47 a.m. I'm gonna get in the kitchen and mix up the last bit of bake for my tasters, and then it's back to my regular schedule. This was a very, very, very fun time. I'm so tired. I can't really see straight, but I love this with everything in me. And I'm gonna keep telling myself that where I am is temporary. And one day, I feel it coming. One day soon, I'm gonna have my own at-home bakery. Soon to be commercial bakery in a store or truck or wherever. And I'm gonna be doing this for a living. But it's all seasons, it's all chapters. And I'm gonna be happy where I am, I'm gonna be happy where I go. It's just a season. So with that being said, today we're gonna be making quiche. Concerns are that they won't all be uniform. My pie crust will be the wrong consistency. My strategy to keep that in check is to strategically follow the recipe. Find a good recipe and follow it, because there's not really much I can do about that, and then get a nice cookie cutter that they're all cut the same. And yeah. My quiche, I feel like it was the best out of everything. It definitely wasn't the best I can do, but it was the best out of everything I made today. I'm going to be making some eclairs. I'm concerned about their uniformity. I'm concerned about the volume, and I'm concerned that the design won't work out. Some fixes to that are I'm going to pipe similar shape. I'm going to follow the recipe, and I'm going to watch my heat so that I can ensure that they don't bake too fast. Because if you put them in the oven at too high heat, they will bake faster. The inside will bake faster than the outside can before it can actually develop that volume. So I'm going to watch the temperature on that. Then the final thing I'm going to be making, I'm going to say this wrong probably, but I'm going to be making milfoy. I'm concerned about the layers not working, and I'm concerned about the design once again, and there's not really too much I can do about that. I have pre-made puff pastry dough that I know works because I used it for puff pastry day, and the big brain of me decided to leave one whole sheet of puff pastry dough, so that's one less thing I have to worry about today. And then some of the fixes, I can't really do too much about that either, as I have to follow the recipe and just watch my heat as well. Okay, so final day, and like I said in the beginning, I'm gonna miss this, but I'm feeling like when you overwork a piece of dough or something and it can't be stretched anymore, that's how I'm feeling right now. I kind of feel like nothing went the way I wanted it to. I woke up too late. I woke up at 2 o'clock or 3 a.m. and that was still too late. And then my oven, I feel like something was wrong, like the temperatures weren't right, or I didn't have the racks at the right place they were, but nothing was cooking as fast as it needed to be. I put my eclairs in, and for what felt like an hour, and they didn't start getting brown until like I turned the oven up. So that really set me behind. My dough for the quiche, I feel like it wasn't flavorful enough and it's quite dry, but the egg mixture was good. My that thing, I cut my puff pastry too thick, and here with my oven acting wrong, it didn't cook fast enough, so I have some crispy layers and some soft layers, and I couldn't serve that. There's no way I'm serving that, and I just feel so bad because that's such a waste. Put my heart and soul into that puff pastry, and it just got messed up. The cream was really, really, really good. I have a whole bunch of cream I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with now. It wasn't thick enough, so it was weighing the already soft and soggy puff pastry down. That compared with the time my people were supposed to be coming to get their stuff at 10. It is 9:40, I believe, right now. There's not enough time for me to do anything. So right now I only have the eclairs and the puff pastries, the quiche that are in their boxes right now. And I have these big boxes because I ran out of my other ones that are only holding for 5 items, 5 tiny items. So I'm trying. Oh, I'm trying not to freak out, and I'm so tired. I'm so tired. I made stuff all week. Beautiful looking things, beautiful tasting things all week. And I'm not gonna let myself down because this last day was a bad day. I've had multiple good days. It's just the perfectionist in me coming out and trying to beat myself up. But the eclairs, I didn't talk about the eclairs. Eclair dough, I didn't have the right piping tip, or I ran out of piping bags, so I had to use a plastic bag. Filling went everywhere, the dough went everywhere. As I was trying to squeeze it out, that's been a big problem. So I just had to use what I had. Some of them are halfway filled, and some of them, oh my God. Plastic bags were a fail, but I had to keep going, otherwise I would have nothing to show for today. But I'm so disappointed in how everything turned out, and I know these tasters are probably gonna give me low reviews. I deserve it, but I mean, they're gonna do better next time. I'm definitely gonna remake mi fleurs. I forgot how to say it. I'm gonna remake those. I'm gonna remake eclairs when I have the proper equipment, and the quiche. All of that I'm going to remake. But in closing, this week has been the most I've learned, the most I've grown, I feel. I've had so many setbacks, but I've learned so much. I don't regret anything. I'm sad certain things didn't turn out how I want them to turn out, but I don't regret anything. There's so much I know I have to look out for now and account for and put on my list. There's so many questions that went answered, and some questions that have yet to be answered, but I feel like I'm miles ahead of what I used to be, and this was just what I needed. I feel like every year I want to do something like this, take a week off and just perfect things. I was gonna say every month or every 3 months, but that's a lot. I'm so very thankful for everybody who volunteered to taste, help me get rid of all of these sweets because my family are getting tired of eating them. This was a really, really, really needed thing. I think I'm gonna take a good break after this, stick to my eating out series, give the kitchen in my oven some time, and until next time, thank you guys so much for coming along on the journey. It's been a long, rough ride, but we're here, and this is not the end of me. Bye!